Hi, everyone. Today, I want to talk a little bit about setting intentions and also accepting the consequences. So, what's happened for me over the last couple of weeks? I've had a number of challenges with my business, financially, and also in relationships. And um, it's taken me a couple of weeks to get to where I feel like I am today, and I'll come back to that in a minute. One of the things that was raised for me last Thursday by a coach was we were talking about my business and a slight change of the focus of my business, and he asked me what my intention was, and it's like if I can show you in my heart, I can show you my intention, but I couldn't verbalize it. So I've been spending since last Thursday. I've been kicking that around, but at the same time, well, there's a couple of other pieces in here. It was my wedding anniversary, and as you probably know by now, my wife passed away 2 years ago, and that comes up in another week as well. So there's been this underscoring, this underlying feeling of something not being right. And in fact, on Monday, I got up to go play tennis, and I just felt like, what's the point? So, well, why am I doing this? And I didn't know why until I saw my daughter, and she asked me how I was feeling. I was like, what do you mean? I said, oh, it's your wedding anniversary. So it was quite a weird sort of thing. I had that feeling, but I didn't have the context of why I felt like that.
Subconscious notice.
Yeah. So through all of these things that have been going on, I've been feeling a bit angry, and I know that that's not what I want to be. I want to get through that, and angry at not angry at the people in my lives. I think I've got fantastic people in my life. It's about the circumstances and why universe, and started to ask those silly questions.
So you're angry at the things. You're angry at your life circumstances.
Yeah, at the situation I'm in over the last 2
angry
weeks.
At finances, angry about the relationships, and angry about all those things happening at once, right?
But not even angry at those particular things. Angry that the universe brought them all together at the same time. Yeah. So I've been working through that, and then on Thursday, I got asked this big question about what is my intention, and it was like, you know what? I need to start. I couldn't answer it, and I knew in my heart I didn't have the words for it. But I then started to look at the different things that were challenging me over the last few weeks, and it was like, and today really is where I've actually got to a space where I feel at ease with the consequences, because I know that my intentions are what I want, and I've set the intentions, and I will allow. Well, no, it's not even up to me to allow it. I will be able to sit with whatever comes out of those intentions, what is brought to me by whoever, the universe. And so today I've just got to the stage where it's not good, it's not bad, and I want to carry on with my intentions, because I know that at some stage that'll work for me, that will provide what my intentions are. And in the meantime, if it doesn't, I'll stay with whatever comes up.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing place to get to. Sorry about my coughing, everyone. I've had man flu during the week, and of course I haven't coughed the whole time I've been here until we start the podcast. So my contribution to this from the heart is that I can relate to this, because it seems sometimes like when something goes wrong, backstory of this is it's easy to get angry at the universe sometimes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it feels like when something goes wrong in a relationship or at work or whatever, it's almost like it brings more things to go wrong.
Yeah.
And what we tend to do then is we give up on our intention. So, whether what we want to create is a great financial life, a great set of love and friends and people around us, or whatever it is, and because of something that gets in our way, we tend to then cycle around these emotions of doubt and judgment of ourselves and self-criticism. I'm not enough.
Yeah.
And I think the way through those is to observe them and see them. But I think what I hear from you is that what you've sort of come upon is this idea of that with intention, there's always going to be consequence.
Yeah.
You can't control that.
No.
And none of us can control that.
Mm.
Is that right?
Yeah, and the only way to be with it is to accept that the consequence may be difficult. They don't have to be. They're not always going to be. Oh, this is nice and easy. Or everything's going so well. No, there's going to be tough times as well. And those are the times when you really have to think about: am I staying with my intention, or do I just give up? And I'm choosing not to give up because I feel it in my heart. And that takes it. We were talking about this before. Where it's not a thinking thing at all. It's, hey, I feel good about this. I feel good about all these intentions that I have, and I will deal with whatever's put in front of me. Yeah.
And that's true freedom. I think in my mind, in my heart, probably mind, I don't know, but to be able to choose something even in the face of consequence. And then the other thing I want to add to that is that we have this. I know for me, I used to go into a cycle where I blame myself when things got wrong, which is what I talked about before.
Yeah.
And then I noticed this thing where my greatest growth in life actually comes from my challenges. So I become either more empathetic to others who have been through the similar thing. I become more expansive in myself because I've worked through some self-doubt or some fear or a judgment I've got of something or someone through myself. Yeah. And so that makes me more whole over the long term. Sometimes going through it, it's difficult. So what if we could upfront or proactively apply that appreciation to that learning?
Yeah.
Rather than reactively or at the end.
Yeah.
So if we know we get to a point in our lives where we're like, I see this freaking pattern, right? Everything's up. There's bad and good. There's poles. There's like good things and bad things. If we just apply appreciation to the life experience, and it's not all bad and it's not all good, then we can just flow with life so much easier without the emotions, the fluctuations that we get. And those strong emotions of anger or resistance or whatever they are. Yeah,
and using freedom, that being with freedom, and love. It's like, I've had a couple of weeks of self-doubt and all that sort of thing. Today, I love myself. I'm good enough. Bring it, whatever it is, I'll deal with it. So it's a nice feeling to be back in that space. It would be nice if we could do that up front, like you say. At the same time, it's getting shorter and shorter for me to get back to that space.
So let's do that then. And everyone else potentially can do this as well. But if you can just put yourself in a minute where you were last week, what's the belief that you had about yourself?
Yeah, that I'm not good enough. That I feel like a failure. I feel like I've let things slide to a degree where, and not in all situations. There's certain things that weren't like that, but it was just like. Or it even was, well, universe, why can't you just give me a break? Yeah. Rather than, hey, it is what it is, and I'm okay with everything, and I'm going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this for everyone is mostly the emotion follows a belief that you have about a circumstance. So if your belief is, what, I created all this for myself, you're going to feel pretty shit about yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Whereas if your belief is that these things happen in life, they're here for me to learn from.
Yeah.
They're not bad and they're not good, and I can flow through these easily because you have before. It creates a different emotion. It creates a neutral emotion, as opposed to a doubting, fearful, judgmental emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yourself. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I feel like today. I've got back to that, which is it's a wonderful place to be. Yeah.
And so the other thing I would say about that is that eventually that feeling will go. Could be tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no guarantee that I've now reached the pinnacle and I stay up there.
But that is the flow of life.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you'll have to redo that and appreciate the process.
Yeah.
Right? Appreciate what's coming now and appreciate what.
Yeah.
It's not like this whole idea of the perfect life where we arrive.
No.
Which I think is, but I think we have to address that is part of the belief system of the world, that one day everything becomes super easy.
Yeah, you work to get to a certain stage and then like, life's good, you know? It's not how it works.
We're here to grow and we're here to address the challenges and keep growing. Yeah. You know, like any final comments from you?
Oh, just that I feel good about myself. I feel good about what I'm attracting again. Because I didn't feel, I felt like there was that disconnect between my energy and my intention. And I feel that that's closer again, which is a nice feeling. Yeah. So, I think I'll end on that. I do feel good, and I'll work on the next one when it comes around.
Which inevitably does.
Yeah, that's right. Till next time.
See
Bye.
you guys.